Hi there, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. I love it that you're here. Today's video is about making the cloves water, the famous cloves water that you guys have, I'm sure you've seen somewhere by now. I'm sure you've heard someone talking about it, and if you have been here long enough, you have seen me use. And today I have made tutorial for you guys for how to prepare your cloves water and how to get all the goodness and all the niceness of the cloves water. Welcome, and I hope you enjoyed the video. All you need for making of this cloves water is cloves themselves, of course. You also need a container or a cup or a bottle, whatever you have. And you also need water, and you need a lid. Doesn't have to be airtight, but you need to cover it up. You can use any container that you have, but for the video I made sure to use this transparent mug so that it can be clear, so that I can show you guys clearly the transparency of the water throughout until the cloves water was ready. I recommend that you use clean water while making the cloves water, and by clean water I mean the water that you drink rather than tap water, and by the end of the video I'll have explained why. Go ahead and put your cloves in your cup or your container and put the water. Make sure you put enough water so that you get the most out of your cloves, and make sure the water is above the cloves in the list. This is how my cloves water was looking immediately after I put the water and stirred a bit. You can notice that some of the cloves are floating and some of them are sinking. And that's how it looks, and with time it's going to darken and continue darkening and darkening until it is opaque, until you cannot see through the cup. And if you're using something that's not transparent, you can check out this experiment by looking down into the cup and seeing if you're going to see the bottom of the cup or the container. If you can see the container, then it means it's not opaque yet. But when it reaches the point where you can't see the bottom of the container, then your cloves water has gotten opaque and hence ready. This was after 5 minutes, and as you can see, the degree of darkness has increased and it's slowly getting ready. This is exactly after 30 minutes, and as you can see, the water is clearly darker, very much darker by now, but it is still transparent. You can still see through to the other side, and that is an indication that the cloves water is not yet ready. If you remove the cloves and use the water as is by now, you're not going to get enough benefits from the cloves, and it will be wastage really, because you're going to throw away the cloves when they haven't given you you've not maximized your cloves. So just keep checking on it, and you can stir a bit after every time you check on it, and make sure to cover. Doesn't have to be an airtight container or lid, but make sure to just place a lid on it and keep waiting and keep stirring.
By your side when the sun sets. I hope you'll still want me. I hope you'll still
Remember, your cloves water is ready when it's completely opaque and you can't see through to the other side. It is then and only then that the cloves water is completely ready for use.
Let's leave for an eternity. Let's sail across the lights beyond the sky. I'll be with you.
As the water continues to darken, you'll also notice that the cloves themselves begin to swell and become lighter in color, and that's a good indication that the process is going on well. It takes roughly 36 hours for the cloves water to be ready, so make sure you're patient enough. But I actually kept mine for 48 hours because I was not in a hurry to bring them out. And that's because I was also in the middle of doing my hair and I didn't want to tamper with the cloves water, so I waited until I had done my cornrows so that I can just remove it once and start using it. This is how my cloves water ended up looking after the 48 hours. You can see it's completely black and opaque that you cannot see through to the other side, and the cloves are lighter, a lot lighter. You can see they have lost a lot of their color to the water. This is what you're looking for. This is what you want. At this point now the water is ready to use. You can just stir up a bit. If you have more time you can still keep it, but what I prefer to do at this point is to drain this water, remove it, put it in the spray bottle, and instead of throwing away the cloves themselves, I re-infuse them in water.
By your side when the sun.
Today I want us to do something that we've never done before here, and I want to give you an assignment. Yes, you heard me right. I want you to do this when you try the cloves water. After draining the water, try repeating the process using those old cloves. I will be right here waiting for your feedback. Please make sure to try it. It's going to blow your mind. Here, using a sieve and another container, I drain the water in preparation to putting it into a spray bottle and beginning to use it.
Keeps me high.
I go ahead to add clean fresh water into the mug with the already used cloves, and this is what I'm asking you guys to do, and come back and give me feedback. Some of the cloves water that I had made previously prior to this video was not over, and I just decided to add the new one into the bottle with the old one. As you can see, my water is black. You cannot see to the bottom of the container. So I go ahead and add the cloves water to the bottle, nice and steady, and it's now ready for use on the hair and the scalp. This is the cloves water finally that I made. I had some little more and then I added the new one, so which there's no problem really because it doesn't go bad per se, unless if you have used more ingredients. For sure if you use something like mint, it's going to go bad at some point, but with just cloves it's okay to use just like that. So, and this is what I go with on my hair every day, and I have been consistent for the last 2 weeks putting it on my hair at least 5 days a week, because you know with the twist outs I had to spray my hair every morning before styling, and I was in school pretty much Monday to Friday. Yeah, so 5 days, 5 out of 7 days I've used it, and I think my edges have grown a bit. I don't know, I could be delusional, but I just hope so. You guys tell me. I'm going to put a picture of before of the day I started. Let me use this side because of the light. Yeah, and I think it has worked wonders. So this is what I do every morning. In my spray bottle there is my cloves water. I just spray on my hair. Oh, and I had twist outs for 2 weeks now, and I just undid and did these cute little cornrows, and to just add something about it, I just added the beads, and I love them. I actually do love them. I like how I look in them. I think I look cute. Okay. Ooh. So I just go with it onto my scalp nicely, everywhere, just spraying everywhere, spraying it everywhere, making sure that I get it on the scalp. I actually just put emphasis on getting it on the scalp. I don't need my hair to be saturated with the cloves. The most important part to get it is on the scalp. So you just get it onto your scalp, and yeah, nicely, and just massage it. I don't know, how easy is it to massage it with cornrows? I don't know. I'm going with experience. As I keep doing this, I'm definitely going to come up with a way of doing it, but it's definitely a little bit restricting, not like with the twist outs, because with the twist outs you just have access to the whole of your entire scalp, but with cornrows it's a bit like, because like the cornrows are like little barriers. But yeah, that is what I like to do every day. After going in with my cloves water, and after washing on wash days, I go with this oil. It's nice and all good and healthy for my hair. It has been working nicely. This is organic oil that I make. I know you're wondering because it doesn't have a label. This is just an old bottle that I recycle, an old bottle from a facial serum that I had, and I just recycled. So this is the oil that I use. It's made from coconut oil, cloves, mint. This particular one has mint, ginger and rosemary, and sometimes I put cinnamon, but in this particular one I have not put cinnamon. It's just cloves, mint, ginger and rosemary that I infuse in coconut oil, just the basic coconut oil. You can use any curry oil that you have. If you have olive oil, that's fine. If you have avocado oil, even better. Also, I put some drops of Jamaican black castor oil, just for it to act as a carrier, because Jamaican black castor oil is a bit harsh on my scalp, and I can't just use it as is by itself. It makes my scalp itch and break out even at some point. So this is the oil I go with. So after spraying my hair is even dry now. Let me just go in with a little of the cloves water, a bit, so that I can demonstrate how I do it before my hair dries up. When it's still damp, not super wet, but just damp a little bit, I just go in with the oil and distribute it nicely, and my scalp feels happy and nice after all that. As you can see, it's even looking greenish. I hope it's visible. It's looking greenish from where I see. I don't know if you can see it like that. Damn. but the green element is from the mint. Yeah, and it works miraculously for me. I like these cornrows very much, and I'm going to keep them for some time because I wasn't able to stay with the twist outs for long. After some time, it just became too much. It was too tiring to keep styling every day, and like my hair is still very short, and given that I had limited styling options, my styling options were involving tension, and it was not something that I really liked because, you know, again, I'm trying to not put any tension on my hair. That's the reason even I'm putting these hairstyles, you know, these natural hairstyles that do not involve use of extensions and therefore use of tension. So yeah, that's why I'm just going, that's why there's all this going on with the natural hair things, and I'm loving it. I love it really. And my hair has really grown. I don't know if it's from the 2 weeks that I've consistently used the Cloves water, but my hair had significantly grown from before and after the twist out. So I hope you're going to do this. If you do this, make sure you do it consistently, and make sure to give me feedback on how it goes. If you don't know where to get cloves, you can contact me and I can get you some. I can get you some from my supplier, so that, you know, so that we grow together, so that we enjoy all these things together. Yeah. One thing you need to know is know what your hair needs, know what your scalp needs. There's some people who can put oil on their scalp every day. There's some people who can use Jamaican black castor just raw on their scalp like that, and that's okay. But here what I advocate for is just try something out, experiment, explore, and know what works for you. Like for example, my scalp does not like a lot of oil, so as much as it's advised and it's recommended for you to, after putting water, you've moisturized your hair, yeah, and that's good. But you also need to put some oil on top of it so that you can lock in the moisture, you know. But my hair does not appreciate a lot of oil, so I cannot oil my hair every day. If I oil my hair every day, I literally break out on my scalp, and it's not pretty. I think it's because of all the clogging. So what I do, my routine is every Sunday, every once in a week I wash my hair. That's every Sunday for me, because that's the day that I feel is most flexible. So I wash my hair and I wash my scalp. Basically, I put more emphasis on my scalp. And after washing the scalp and putting conditioner and maybe treatment if I have to, I go with oil when my hair is still moisturized and not dry per se, when it's still damp really. So I take my oil and I put it on the scalp and on the hair, and I massage it in, and I lock the moisture nicely. So from Monday onwards I use cloves on my hair. But you know, like cloves, by using cloves water you introduce moisture, but you need to lock in the moisture. But at the same time, I can't put oil every day on my scalp, so I just go on and use the cloves water by itself every day until maybe somewhere that's like in between, maybe on a Wednesday or a Thursday is when after putting the cloves water, I put oil now and lock in the moisture. And then for the rest of the days until Sunday, until when it's wash day, I just use cloves without the oil. You get it? You get it? So yeah, that's what I do. I would advise that you explore, just experiment and see what works for you, so that you know, so that you just find out what works for you. Because yeah, what works for me might not work for you, and do what's best for your scalp and for your hair. That's all I'm preaching here. That's all we're advocating for here. The other thing is, I wanted to mention that when you're using the cloves, when you're making the cloves water, make sure to use clean water. By clean water, I mean maybe not clean water, but purified water, like you're drinking water. The reason why I recommend that you use clean, purified drinking water instead of tap water is because sometimes tap water has a lot of salts. Like some tap water literally even tastes salty, and you don't want that on your hair, because first of all, that water is not going to get saturated with the cloves nicely, first of all, and second of all, even when you put that water on your hair, it's going to prevent your hair from absorbing nutrients that you put, that you put on your hair. For example, if you use like a treatment, if you use even cloves water, if you use cloves oil or whatever you want, like the salts in the water will have coated your hair, so the things that you're trying to put on your hair will just be sitting on top of your hair and will not be doing any good. So I use my drinking water. I use my purified drinking water that I drink to do my hair stuff. I would also advise that for washing your hair, while washing your hair, but if that's not sustainable, you can just use tap water or whatever you use to wash your body, to wash your hair. But for the cloves, at least, because it's not a lot of water that you need anyway, it's like less than maybe half a liter at most, or even less really, depending on how much you want to use the cloves water anyway. So I recommend you use the purified drinking water, the water that you use to drink. Thank you so much for watching. If you still don't know me, I am Wairimu Murathi. I am happy to have you here. I am grateful that you have watched this video this far, and I'm happy that you're supporting me. I'm really grateful. Thank you. See you in the next one. If you like this content and you would like to see more of it, make sure to subscribe. Share the link with your community that you know might like this kind of content, and I'll appreciate. Thank you. Bye.